You have to trust the source. We were the company that came out and developed CBD. We launched CBD to the world. We've been at this for over 9 years at this point, developing CBD, making sure our process is all in line and that we're delivering a great product to the market. There's so many things that can be done here. And so we're just at the very beginning of our journey.
In the U.S., we have a lot of progressive marijuana growers who really have modified their marijuana plant to grow a higher concentration CBD, but nonetheless, of course, you have concerns because the high concentration of THC, and then if you have to remove this takes a lot of solvents and processing, etc.
We get asked a lot, why Holland? And when we first started, we looked at 3,000 different types of seed, farmers, farms, climates. Everything went into this consideration. And with our farm here in the Netherlands, we found an absolute home run of everything that we were looking for in terms of the experience of the farmer, the quality of the crop.
It's not all about just throwing some seeds in the ground and hoping you come up with a high CBD concentration crop and then being able to deliver a product. This was a process that took years and years and years to develop.
Our partners here have been growing hemp for decades, if not generations, and certainly this gives us great comfort and confidence to know that the crop that's going to come up on an annual basis is going to have wonderful characteristics that are going to be well utilized by people to improve their levels of health and wellness.
Kannaway is leading the way and continues to lead the way. Oftentimes people tell me, Blake, why don't you flavor up your CBD so it tastes good? So it's a sugary mix, whatever. That's not us. We want to give you the most raw, unadulterated product to your doorstep because we believe that's the best.
So we use a much more rigorous process called supercritical CO2. It's a natural, beautiful, sometimes complicated way, but gets the best end result without any of those harsh chemicals, without any additions or preservatives having to go in there, so we can keep the product exactly the way that it was intended, natural and safe. We have an incredibly unique process, and that is that we make into different base oils, which we call green, blue, and gold.
Green, the raw juice, the raw extract from the hemp plant itself. CBD in an acid form, CBDA, cannabidiolic acid. Blue is a raw extract from the cannabis plant that's been decarboxylated, lightly heated, loses some of the plant material, concentrates the CBD to 17%. The gold basically takes our blue product that's been decarboxylated, and then we do an additional step. This is a thin film, white film distillation process, removes a little bit more of the plant material, concentrates the CBD to 24%, and produces a nice golden honey color versus our dark color paste.
We put in place what we call triple lab testing because it was important to us that our customers knew that we had products that we could trust. So triple lab testing is 3 areas. We test at the point of harvest. We want to make sure that that harvest is as clean and as good as we can make it. If it doesn't pass that first test, it doesn't make the grade. We then take that product and we extract it. During the extraction process, a lot of things can happen. We see this with other companies using chemicals and other things. So we want to make sure that we're still at that same quality, pure, safe oil. So at the point of extraction, we test again. Then we manufacture. Manufacturing again, it's a science and an art. And so we want to make sure that that final product is good enough for us to put the Kannaway name on it. And so we test again as a final and finished product. 1, 2, 3, triple lab testing, giving you the peace of mind knowing that you've got an incredible product that is quality and clean from start to finish.
Stuart's really a pioneer in the cannabis industry. There may well not be CBD in this country if it weren't for Stuart Titus, or in the world for that matter. Stuart, along with their group of researchers, figured out what was legal, figured out what wasn't legal, and then, figuring out how to extract it, figuring out how to legally get it to our country, figuring out how to legally market in the state of California, and then figuring out how to legally market in our entire country. Stu really is a pioneer in this business and has changed lives all over the world.
It is not uncommon at all to hear about our international team meeting with this government or that regulatory body and educating them.
We legalized the market in the United States. We legalized the market in Brazil. We legalized the market in Mexico. We're breaking down barriers all around the world and educating people about cannabis and CBD and why you need it.
We knew from very early on, education was absolutely key in helping people to understand the benefits that come from cannabis, cannabinoids, things like CBD. And so, when you make that commitment, it becomes part of who you are, becomes part of your culture, becomes part of everything that you do. It's not just a case of us for selling a product. From our soil to sale promise, a big part of that promise is education.
We are the cannabis company. We will continue to lead the forefront in delivering amazing products, doing the research about CBD, making a big difference in the world. Kannaway will continue to lead the way, not only in CBD, but developing the cannabis market overall.